So I put out a poll and asked what people were using, and most people went foam rolling and Theragun.
Yeah.
And then I chatted to a few people on like why, and most of them had Theraguns. Foam rolling, and what they said is they would foam roll every now and again. And the reason they went towards the Theragun is because now it's not okay. There's so many out there. Like I bought one for £32.
Yeah.
Like,
do you
know
still
what I mean?
have the one you used to use before? You had a homemade one, didn't you?
The homemade one.
Jigsaw.
Yeah, I do actually have it, but it's so loud. I just don't get me wrong. It's like loads more powerful than anything I've ever had before in my life.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, when you're in a gym, it's a bit.
Just for the.
Do you know what I mean? It's fucking mental.
Just for the sake of the listeners, what was your original DIY?
So before Theraguns were like cool, okay, I was an innovator of my time, okay. So
you was the original inventor.
I was one of the original.
You was
inventors.
robbed.
Yeah, I was robbed. So basically, a friend of mine, he bought an actual jigsaw plug in the wall one, and it stabbed the blade on, and he put a squash ball on the end of it, and I said that's really dangerous. So I basically got a handheld jigsaw, battery one that you could hold in your own hand, still with a jigsaw blade attached to it. I basically got like a layered system. It's do you know, I'll have to just put a picture on the podcast and show you. But a layered system in this ball, and then I made sure it was all tight and secure and stuff.
So you can't saw your leg off, basically.
Yeah, so you couldn't just like jab your own leg with it. But it worked. It was really powerful.
Well, I've used it. Yeah, it was a good bit of kit, innit? We used it at a competition. Do you remember that time of that? Where was it? Was that a Borth competition we used it, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone turned around like, what the fuck is that noise? Andy's in the corner, some jigsaw on his leg.
But it squared me away. I am a big fan. I'm a big fan of all this stuff. A problem I find with most people is they're using it far too late.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to use this stuff, it needs to be as routinely as possible. You know what I mean? Just like brushing your teeth, sort of like you say at night time, sort of chilling out, doing your legs, but then we should be doing multiple things, not just like, oh, my legs are in shit state today, I'm just going to hammer them for 10 minutes and I'm going to be great, because I don't feel like that will work.
It's too late at that point, isn't it? You need to. There's no point when you're really sore. Your body is just telling you it's in shit state. There's no magic formula for that. As we said, these papers on DOMs, it's all perceived feeling. Like they can't accurately say it's going to reduce DOMs. So you can't rely on this paper saying that. Oh, if I use a Theragun, and my leg's really sore, it's going to magically. It's not. But if you use it continuously, it might hold it off. You know. So
or it's just another aid to just keep, like you say, the blood flow going. They
are fucking popular, though, aren't they? I mean, you did a poll, Andy. I did one as well. I asked, do anyone own any of these? So I put a picture of a Theragun and the Compex, like the power dot things.
Yeah.
And 92% of people said they Theragun.
Yeah. Just because they're so cheap now. I had a lot of people that weren't even really into sports and that. They might go out for a Sunday run or just do a bit of general fizz, not like normally it'd be like an athlete type thing, wouldn't it? That sort of stuff, or a heavy gym goer.
Yeah.
But it was like mums. There was like some people that just do a jog once a week, twice a week, have one, and I think that's. Do you know what I mean?
You know why, mate? I think it's because a lot, as we established from that first sort of poll, a lot of people think massage is really good. So what they're looking at these machines are that they're self-massage tools. They haven't got to go out and spend £40 on a massage. Of course. Yeah. They can sit in the comfort of their own home and give themselves. I'm not going to say this is good because I feel like someone who's got training and someone actually getting hands-on is going to do a lot better job. But it gives people that barrier. There's not a barrier to getting a massage if you've got a gun in your own home.
I have a feeling, it's just my opinion, but I have a feeling that the general public might have two main beliefs as to why a Theragun is the bollocks, and that is, one, they just look extremely sciencey.
Yeah.
You know, some of them have like LCD screens, fucking retinal eye scanners.
It's like the Yo-Yo Novogen, but works.
Yeah, and the second one, but works. Yeah. Would it work in space though?
Oh, that's another question, mate. We have to get fucking. What's that? That's that sort of.
You could actually have two in your hands, like it's like a propulsion device when you're in space, and it's like reverse backwards, going to the moon.
Oh, Andy, you could use your jigsaw in space because there's no sound in space.
Oh, I'd be all over.
You'd be squared, mate.
And, we might find out that technically there is sound in space. We just never try anything loud enough.
Yeah, fucking.
I tell you what, take the fucking piss all you want, guys. All right, but when your fucking body's in shit state and you're like, Andy, help me out. Actually, you were in that same thing, Bill. You were like, fucking, I'm in bits. try this, mate. You're like, ooh, yeah, ooh. So don't give me that shit, all right?
Or when Independence Day eventually happens, and like an astronaut just hands out Andy's jigsaw out the window of the space rocket or whatever.
Right,
and it's like,
Tom, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. I'm going to send it to you, and I want you to try it. You'll come around.
Tom, imagine your missus open that. Your missus opens a fucking jigsaw in the post up. What with a ball on the end? What the fuck is this, Tom?
Knowing my luck, I'll think that I'm supposed to take the ball off.
To be fair, mate, you'd stop feeling anything because you'd chop your own leg off. But
I made my second point. Yeah, the second one is I think people might assume that because it is machine operated, it's going to be more powerful, and therefore more powerful equals better result because it can get deeper into the tissue. But as we've kind of mentioned, and kind of what Andy said as well about his one that has like instructions about not going too deep, you haven't necessarily got to go too deep with tissue massage. If increasing blood flow and alleviating DOMS is where you want to kind of go with this. I mean, I would love to have one just to say that I could just lay in bed at night, watch TV, and just have like a very passive mode of just going dugga 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 dugga. But one of my problems is that I see people abusing it in regards to things like warm-ups. Like I saw a video recently, it was a CrossFit box, of course it was, where one guy, they were taking turns like lying down and just spending 20 minutes on each fucking person. And it's like, go and do something specific.
Do you know whose fault that is though, Tom? That's a lot. If you look online, there's a lot of influencers. CrossFit is mainly. There's basically they're like promoting these products, but they're also promoting like apps like GoWOD, and GoWOD will actually encourage you to use your Theragun before a workout. So you're trusting this app because Matt Fraser, the fittest guy in the world, using this app. He's using this machine. So you're like, fuck it, I'm going to spend 20 minutes doing it. So that's why I think another reason.
I kind of agree with you, but I disagree with you at the same time. And one is the reason I agree with you is for just like foam rolling, you can spend too much time. Just like static stretching and everything, you can spend too much time that potentially is going to have a negative effect. But I would say it is a tool to potentially be used in a warm up.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, we've got data to show that it does help in a warm up. Like a Theragun can help. You know,
do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna refine what I said there. It can, because we have got evidence and data to show that it can increase flexibility and mobility. And for CrossFitters, where you're doing things like overhead movements, very complex Olympic movements, I do see how.
Don't get me wrong, you do look like a twat in the gym, just going.
It's time, isn't it, Andy? If you've only got an hour, why would you're not going to want to spend 20 minutes with a Theragun when you could just get into the movement and take the fucking.
if people want to do that, we live in a democracy, but we live in a society. People can do that, but I mean, time is a barrier. If people want to use that as a methodality, fair play to them. We live in a free country. However, I don't like the idea that some people might perceive it as I need to do this, when there's more specific, more time efficient ways of warming up. And more specific ways is where I'm going with this. Yeah. So it's not absolutely useless, but there's much more efficient ways to go about it.
Yeah, of course. If you've got the time, mate, if you're a professional CrossFit athlete, fuck it, go for it. Then you've got all day.
I would say most of these people that have the time would probably use one 90% of the time.
Yeah, cool.
Like some of these fucking smegheads that don't actually know what they're doing in the gym, so they're not actually warming up, they're not actually doing anything anyway. They're just that sort of, I want to be seen or heard, or look at me, look what I've got, look what I'm doing. And you're always going to get them sort of fucking eggheads cutting around the gym, because that's how the gym operates. But I'm not going to say yes or no to it, you know.
It depends.
I don't in the gym because I feel like a bit of a plonker. Getting my Theragun out, and everyone sort of like looks around like, what are you doing, you wanker? And I'm like, oh, don't look at me, I'm about to do some CrossFit as well, and it looks even worse. So I don't want to fully.
You're already different enough.
As I put my bandana on, like,
it's like the weird kid at school. You wouldn't start dressing them like
lifting belt, knee sleeve, lifting shoes, gloves, fucking headband on. Right, Theragun.
And that's all before I get the Theragun out. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh. So,
you're different enough as it is. You ain't got to draw too much attention.
You know, I'd like to see that, lads. I'd like to see some
Why have you got to be this way?
I'd like to see some more studies done specifically on like Theraguns and stuff, because at the moment, if we look on the actual papers, it's all, as Tom said earlier, it's all these vibration stuff. So I've got another study here, for example. It says vibration guns were no more effective than stretching or normal massage recovery. The problem with that study, though, is it's got stretching in there, which we've established is fucking stupid anyway. So I found that paper pretty weird anyway. But the problem as well with these studies is that they're not very clear on the instruments used. Some of them are using kit that you'd never use commercially. It's not commercially used. It's science-based vibration kit you'd never use, so that's irrelevant.
Yeah. So it says, it's a percussion gun study, but they're not actually using a percussion gun.
Some of them even use vibrating foam rollers, mate. They use a vibrating foam roller and class it as like a percussion study, but it's not. It's a
I don't understand that. It's just another marketing tool.